So I'm going to cover 5 reasons why you should retire in the Philippines. Number 1 would be the cost of living. So your quality of life in the Philippines compared to most of your Western countries is going to be much better, depending on your income. So if you're living in, for instance, if you're living in the U.S. and you have a income of maybe $3,000 or $4,000 per month, you're kind of going to be probably just getting by. That's what I think anyway. But if you were to take that same income and you go to the Philippines, your quality of life will improve a lot. You know, you'll be able to do things that you probably cannot afford to do in the West. So, such as going out to dinner, you know, most of the time or once a day. You'll usually have the money to do that, as food is a lot less expensive. Having things done for you, such as having your house cleaned or your apartment cleaned, you know, it will only cost you maybe $10 roughly to have your place cleaned. In the U.S., that's going to cost you a lot more. Anywhere from, depending on where you live, you know, if you're in, say, California, that same task may cost you $150 to $200 or so. So anyway, your quality of life can just be so much better. Now, these are all just my opinions. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, the quality of life is just you know, if you're at a $3,000 to $5,000 income or so, or $2,000 a month, your quality of life in the U.S. Or the U.K. for that matter, or Canada, wherever you're from, it's probably not that fantastic. You know, so that's number 1 on my list. The second item that I think is another really great reason to consider retiring in the Philippines is English is the second spoken language. So whether you're, you know, just moving for a better quality of life, or if you want to date, if you're looking for that special woman, whatever the reason is that you're going to the Philippines, it's just a lot easier to communicate with people if they speak English. You know, so it's a really big plus in general. You know, and another thing is, if you're looking at real estate or something like that, most of the contracts are in English. I believe all of them are, you know, so it just makes your life easier when people speak English. It's a huge plus. You know, I mean, it's good to learn the local language also if you're going to, you know, move to the Philippines or Thailand or wherever you're moving to. It's good to make an effort to learn their language also, because they will appreciate it, and they'll appreciate the fact that at least you're trying to learn, even if it's only a couple of words. So English being the second spoken language, it's taught in most of the schools, and it's a huge plus. Okay, the third item on my list here is the retirement visa. To me, it's probably one of the best that there is that I'm aware of. So if you're 50 years old with a $800 pension, and you can get this. So you just have to, well, I believe you just have to have proof of your pension and not have any dings on your, background or that kind of thing. But anyway, it's best to speak to an expert in that field, somebody, an attorney or whatever that handles visas. Yeah, so retirement visa, that's a biggie. And there's different qualifications. I believe if you're an ex-military person, I think you just have to show, $1,500 in the bank or something like that. So I don't know all the details on this, but I believe it's $800 pension per month or $20,000 in a Philippine bank. So yeah, the retirement visa is a great thing. Also, a lot of people just stay on a tourist visa, and a lot of countries you have to leave every 30 days or get an extension for a second 30 days. But in the Philippines, you can actually get extensions for up to 1 year on a tourist visa before you have to leave. So that's a big plus, it makes your life a lot easier. The next item that I'd like to cover is, the Philippine people are really warm and welcoming. They are very family oriented, and it just gives you a really good feeling, so as long as you keep an open mind, I think you'll really love the Philippine culture. They will bend over backwards to help you, whatever it is that you need. If you're trying to get directions or something, a lot of times they'll actually walk you to the place that you're trying to go and they're trying to find. So the culture is really friendly and very, very helpful. So it's one thing I notice in the U.S. You can be walking down the street in San Francisco. You might say hi to 5 people, and only 2 would respond, if that. So it's different in every state. I know that in the Midwest, I think people are a little bit more friendly. So so anyway, the people are super friendly and helpful, and it's a big plus. And then the next item I just wanted to cover here is in the Philippines, there's you don't have this is just my opinion, and there's different places, different states where the amount of crime, is really high, and some places it's very low. But in the Philippines, I just don't see the crime that I see in the U.S. I don't see any smash and grabs, that kind of stuff going on. I don't see the political divide that I see in the U.S. And, the best thing you can do is if you decide to visit the Philippines or move to the Philippines, and I kind of think this applies everywhere, it's really best to avoid talking politics. This is just my opinion, because you're not going to change somebody else's mind as far as how they should think or how they should vote. So it's usually a topic that's best to just stay away from. So I do see that over here. Some expats will argue about politics, and it's kind of just a bad way to go. So anyway, that's, when you come to the Philippines, it's like relax, try to get rid of the stress that you're avoiding in the first place, and relax and enjoy the environment, enjoy the people, enjoy the food, and I think you'll feel a lot better. Your stress level should drop dramatically if you have a stress level. So the Philippines, really, you've got incredible beaches. Hospitality is, I'd say, second to none. Beautiful, friendly people, and you can have a much better quality of life. So these are the reasons why I think you should consider retiring in the Philippines, if it's on your list of places. So, hey, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day or evening wherever you're at. Thanks.